Well, okay, so normally I don't, I mean, every once in a while I'll do this, but, um, I'll do two videos in one day, but I normally don't, and you guys know that. However, I just got an interesting offer that, I mean, I'm definitely gonna do, of course. This is a car I've kind of been chasing for about a year now, when I learned about it. And so, yeah, basically, okay. The car is a 1983 Mercury Capri, which I've actually mentioned on my channel before. About a month ago, I mentioned about this car. And so I got offered this in exchange for selling a couple of his cars, provided that I meet a certain um, money for them. And it's not actually a ton of money. Like, okay, there is a Mercury, oh, well, no, not a Mercury. What am I talking about? I kept thinking about the Capri. Sorry, I'm just really excited about this, actually. Um, so it was a, there's two cars that he wants me to sell. One, I mean, it's needs quite a bit of work, but it looks to have decent bones, and it doesn't look to be overly rusty, but I haven't taken a really good look at either of these two cars yet, so I'll be able to tell him further of what I might be able to realistically get for these two cars for him, right? And all the money goes towards him, and I get the Capri in return. And yeah, so anyways, so the first car is a 1983, so first year, Shelby Dodge Charger, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, those early ones didn't have the turbo, so they were just mostly an appearance package, but looks to be in okay shape. The windshield was all cracked from what I remember. It's missing the hood hinges, so you'd have to go find those. But, and you know, I don't really know much else about the car beyond that, but it's basically a I'm figuring maybe I can get $600-700 for it, possibly, you know, around that anyways. But then the other car, I don't know what year this one is though. But it's similar year. It's a Plymouth Turismo, non-turbo, and I believe it's an automatic as well, and it's red. And by the way, that Shelby Charger is red as well, and is really faded, and actually has this kind of a cool look to it. If somebody wanted to get it back on the road, you know, I wouldn't paint it. It actually looks great as is. But anyways, the Turismo looks to be like a really, really nice car. And honestly, I might be able to get the 1400 that he wants me to get for these two cars out of just that Turismo. And then, you know, the rest of it's gravy for him, and I get the Capri. Now, that's not confirmed yet, because obviously, like, I don't know the overall condition of these cars. I've seen them twice, but they were kind of crammed in a corner. I didn't really get to, like, look underneath of them, see if there's any rust. You know, I didn't really, never put a battery in one of these and see if it starts or anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, they've been sitting for a while, but you never know. They might actually start. My car did, and it sat for 10 years. So, and it ran with the bad gas and ran with the spark plugs in it. The original spark plugs from 1981. They were date coded to that. And it had all the original wires, original cap, original rotor, all that stuff. Like, this one was mostly original when I got it. Stitch. And, you know, and I do love this car, obviously, and you guys know that. And if this does work out and I do get the money that he wants out of these two cars, I will come home with an 83 Capri, which, I mean, I prefer like an 82, like 79 to 82 Capri for the Fox body, but you know what? I'm not going to be picky. It's free, and it has a 5-liter in it that was swapped in it. It was originally a 4-cylinder car, to my knowledge. It's got an RS hood on it, so it may have been an RS 2.3 originally. It's an automatic, so being an 83, it could be an AOD, it could be a C4. Not too sure yet, but and he thinks that the motor is cooked in the car, but I don't think so, because, or at least from just what I heard when we tried to turn it over, it doesn't sound quite like a screwed engine. Because when you turn it over, you hear a click, which is the starter solenoid. You know, I had that exact same issue with this thing. Like, yeah, it would start, but you need to jump the solenoid. So, honestly, if we jump the solenoid, it might actually run. And if that's the case, okay, place the solenoid, and bam, you got a running driving car. Now, mind you, it doesn't have the gas tank in it, so you'd have to put the gas tank in it and run the lines. Which is not super hard, but, you know, I don't even know if the straps are there. I don't even know what's all there. And I know that it's missing the, on the rear hatch, it has a, there is no lock cylinder on it. So that'll need to be replaced, but that's not super hard, and especially on the hatch, should be relatively easy. And so yeah, and beyond that though, it's actually a really nice car. Like, and it's faded, like it was red, it's faded to orange. And so, and I've got that polisher, and I'd love to take the polisher to that thing and turn it back to red. Even though I like the orange, don't get me wrong, but if I can get it nice and shiny again, hell yeah. Oh, this is just so exciting. You know, if this works out, that I can have possibly one of my dream cars. But now, here's the challenge here. Or here's my predicament. I only have room for one car. Now, do I stick with Stitch and do everything I want to do to it and just take the money that I sell, whatever I sell the Capri for, and do it that way? Or do I sell Stitch and keep the Capri, and not only that, but drop that 302 with a C4 in it and make it a really badass car? Because, I mean, that little 5-liter in it, I don't know what year that 5-liter is. I don't know the overall condition of that engine, really. Like, I don't. I mean, it has a bit of surface rust on it. There wasn't an air cleaner on it, so it's up in the air of whether it would be good or not. But if it is, oh, fuck. Yeah, because if this works out, the first thing I'll do is put a starter solenoid in it, dump some gasoline into the throttle body, and start it. If it starts, well, then I've got an interesting predicament. Do I put it back together with that 5-liter, or do I sell off the 5-liter and put the 302 in it from the 69 Fairlane? And I don't know yet. And also, yeah, because this is, oh god. You know, and the thing is with the Capri, because I mentioned this before, of money-wise, you know, with me, I don't have a lot of money. But with the Capri, that's more worth putting the money into than the Stitch is. Even though I love this car. I love the little quirks about it, whatever else. I mean, I don't like what's happening with the door right now, but beyond that, it's a good little car, and it's, I mean, decently economical. It's not getting the economy it should at the moment, but I am doing some city driving, so I'll give it that. And, you know, I just tabulated it out, and basically, it's getting approximately 12.8 liters per 100 kilometers. At least I think that's what it was. It was 12 point something anyways, and it equates to 18 miles per gallon US and 22 miles per gallon Imperial, which is actually pretty decent for this little car. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, what do I do? I mean, it'll also depend, though, too, of if it's Capri and if it's a nice car. Like, I will send it to my mechanic, and I will get an inspection done on it once I get it running. So, and, you know, and I'll do my own little inspection on it myself, you know, look underneath of it, check the shocks, all that different stuff, see if it has any brakes whatsoever, you know. Yeah, so just exciting times ahead, potentially, anyways, you know. But I should be able to get that amount of money for those two cars, and then I get a Capri out of the deal. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments of this, and whether I should stick with Stitch or potentially go with the Capri. Because to be honest, I don't know yet. I mean, I won't know for sure what I'm gonna do until the Capri is actually in my hands. And something that I am gonna offer, though, to the guy is, it's like, look, if I can't get the 1,400 for these two cars for whatever reason, and especially with COVID going on, it can be difficult to sell cars, and especially one that is kind of rough. I mean, that Charger is rough, even though, I mean, the body looks okay, and the interior looks okay. It's under the hood where it's kind of iffy, and I mean, it's not turbo, so somebody would probably just dump a 2.2 turbo in it and do it that way, and probably swap it to a manual and have a really fun, badass car. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, and I am going to tell him though, just like, okay, if I'm not able to do that, I will chip in whatever is whatever it is to make it equal to that number. And yeah, and if he says yes to that, I will just be like, yes. I would just be so excited. Either way, I'd prefer to get the thing for free, but if I have to pay a little bit for it, so be it, right? It's just, and yeah, and then it'll still be a project. I'll still work on it a bit, obviously, and whether I keep it or flip it, we'll see. Because, I mean, yeah, I can sell that. Hell, just as is, not running, if I buff it out, I can probably get $1,500 for the thing, right? But I don't know, maybe a quick $1,000 off of somebody. But we'll see what I do when I get there. But yeah, I hope you're having a fantastic time and right now, because I know hearing that news today, I was just super excited about that. So, and I mean, yeah, and as soon as those cars were sold, if the parts car is not sold, I'll just tell the guy, there's a scrap guy that offered me $60 for it, and I figured that was low, but you know what? If it gets it out of my hair, it frees up a little extra cash, cool. At the time, because right now, like, yeah, I want it gone, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, I have had people offer me $300 for it, and $250, and all that stuff. So there was a girl the other day that was very interested in the car. She actually said she'd take it for $300. Never got back to me. So, yeah. Well, in this situation that, if you guys were put in this situation where you were able to get one of your dream cars that will probably need, I'm going to say a good $1,000, might need more. Probably more, actually. If you would keep your project that you have right now, which bear in mind, Stitch is my daily too. And I mean, and that Capri would be my daily, and it would also be winter driven and stuff like that as well. Because yeah, I don't have an option on that. So yeah, and I mean, yeah. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And as always, I hope you stay safe during COVID-19, and if you have that wrench, or if you see, my brain's not functioning, I'm excited. If you have that project, go wrench on it. And yeah. Okay, I should end this here. My brain's not functioning properly. So I'll talk to you all later. Okay, bye.